Traditionally, how do one-on-one interviews go? If you think about it, the prospective employee comes in, we sit there, we ask a bunch of questions, tell me about this, tell me about that, and then they fire a bunch of answers over that validate how good and amazing they are, and then we go and make a decision off the back of that. And that's pretty much how most one-on-one group interviews have run traditionally. So I prefer to do those a bit differently. We prefer to do them a bit differently. So I prefer, rather than us talk and get them talking about them at the start, I prefer that we actually talk about us. All right. So this is what it looks like. So I run through and say, thank you very much for being here, Bob, Mary. We're going to have a great interview, so please be comfortable. I look forward to this conversation together. But before we talk about you, would it be okay if I give you some information about us? So you know a bit about us before we get into this. And guess what they say 100% of the time? Yes, that would be amazing, right? And, I'll run through a bunch of different parts here. I'll talk about the values that we hold, what's our culture like. I'll talk about things to do with the charity work. But really, if this was your business, what's your value, your cultures? I'll talk about rules of the game. Like, part of the rules that we have here in this business, Bob or Mary, are, that we're always on time, that we don't gossip, that we are polite to each other, that we communicate face to face verbally. We don't do, if there's an upset, we don't do it on email. We communicate in person. All these different things. So we have a whole bunch of different rules on how we operate that help us hold and maintain the culture, right? We'll talk about some of the skills expectations that we have. So, for this role, this is what I'm going to be expecting from a skills perspective, and KPIs, critical drivers, all of these kind of key metrics. That this is what we're going to need out of this role as we go along, right? So by going through and explaining all of that, I can then go and say to them, so Bob, one of the really important things here is, before we get on and talking about you, how does that fit with you? Because essentially, if it doesn't resonate with you right now, it won't resonate down the track. Let's not make a mistake of having you start with us if all of those value, cultures, rules, expectations don't align with what it is that you're looking for. So tell me, what do you think about all of that? And then if they go, that sounds amazing, that's exactly what I was hoping for, I can't wait to be part of it, it's like, great, let's go on and continue on. So tell me more about you, and then get into the normal flow of a one-on-one interview. But also, it gives them an opportunity to go, you know what, I don't know if this is the right organisation for me. So however that is for you, this part here saves a lot of brain damage, right? Because I've been through where I've done the traditional method, interviewing them, and we're just kind of playing the game where they make out that they're still, the person still wants the role. And then at the end, I go to ring them and say, what do you think? And they're like, I'm now no longer interested. I could have done all of that if I had just given them, the facts of what they were getting themselves into at the start. So big picture, if you're doing one-on-one, highly recommend frame up you, the business, the culture and everything first, and then go to talking about the people. You'll be, well more positioned along the way. So, all right, have a lot of fun with it. Hugely important part. How well you do the recruitment process will absolutely dictate the quality of the humans that you end up in with you in the business. So have a bunch of fun with this, with you, your coach, and the other people in your business. Go get them.